show live where we control our own narratives and have the conversations that we need to have in order to empower our community. I am Sabre, your host, and these are my two great guests. Of course, we have again our resident encyclopedia.
It's childish. It's childish.
No, it's true.
No,
I appreciate that you're super smart.
I will wear that badge with honor, okay?
Thank you. It's so not sarcastic.
No,
it's
I love
really
it. Even if it was, I would love it. I would still take it and put it on a shirt. Believe me, okay?
Cool.
Let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you.
Sure. Such a friend of the show. Such a smart dude. Amazing. It blows my mind every time. I ask him endless questions. That's why I consider him to be the resident encyclopedia. And new to the show, we have Miss Brooke.
Hi.
And she'll be giving us some of her flavor for the show today. So let's get started. First, I want to start the show by shouting out the 6 New England Patriots players for not going to the White House to see our president. And I don't care if you don't think it's your president or not. That's your president. Just face reality. Denying it is not going to get you nowhere. So let's just acknowledge what it is. We may not be happy, but that is what it is. Mm-hmm. But we do have some people that will stand up to the system, such as those New England Patriots players who will not be attending the White House meeting. As you know, if you don't know, when a team wins the Super Bowl, which New England Patriots did in a miraculous way, they will go to visit the White House and everything like that. But the only thing I have a problem with is the heat that those players have been getting in the media and being demonized in the media. What do you guys think about that?
Well, Tom Brady didn't go when Obama was in the White House.
He sure did.
What do you...
Honestly, when that happened, I didn't hear anything about it.
Oh, yeah, they got drugged. They got drugged through the mud in the media for not going unpatriotic and all those things. And I'm just like, because that's their choice, that's their right. But black men in this country don't tend to have rights if it's not convenient for dumb society.
I think the thing that bothered me was when Tom Brady didn't go, it wasn't a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But now because we have the 6 men who decided we're not going because this is just not my type of situation.
Yeah.
That's whack to me. I just have an issue with how it's not fair.
Yeah.
But the world we live in, the time we live in.
Yeah.
Our voting electorate is stupid, so they're going to be outraged over whatever the media tells them to be.
That's so true.
So,
That is.
I'm sorry to be frank, but that's what it is.
That's so true.
You have 43% of Donald Trump voters think that Obamacare and the ACA are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's our voting republic.
Yeah.
That's our voting republic.
But it's our job as black media to bring up situations where people are doing things for us. They're doing things in our best interest. And of course we let people know when they're doing something against us so we can kind of let them get that heat. But if they're doing something good, then I think we should definitely acknowledge them. And so I say thank you, and you did the right thing for standing up for what you believe in. Moving on, everybody's been talking about this Jim Jones interview. These two didn't watch it, but I saw it, and please, you guys, let me know what you think about it. To me, it was a little weird. He seemed a little pipe-ish.
People play with me, I get real emotional because I operate off emotions, as they know for all the times they've been with me. There's been times when my cousins go to jail for 5 years for this that didn't really have to be in jail for this. Fed time.
I don't know. And then they say, I'm waiting to hear what Cam has to say on his side of it. But you guys, when you look at the interview he did on, what was it, Hot 97? Hot 97. Please, it's on YouTube. Please let me know what you think, because I don't know, is it just me? Was it the haircut? I don't know.
I think he's just living life. He's living life like Jaden Smith, and don't nobody question him. So let him.
People do question Jaden Smith.
Definitely question.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, I don't think
his
just
family's so rich they got their own zip code. So I mean, he does not care.
They really do.
Yeah, their house is so big they have their own zip code. Look
That
it
is
up.
crazy. Good.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Hey,
Right.
you got it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
But one thing, it was just the tears, but one thing I noticed, I was like, wow, like as a man, you know, he had a lot of beef with Jay-Z back in the day, and now he's signed to Rock Nation. And sometimes I look at Jay-Z and I think he's just sitting back like,
That's exactly
Yeah.
what he does.
You know how like they tell you when you're young, like, oh, if they're teasing you, don't worry, they're gonna work for you one day.
They're gonna need you one day.
They're gonna need you.
The time is now.
And that literally has happened to Jim Jones with Jay-Z and everything like that. And I don't know what they're gonna do. If they're gonna DJ Khaled him, I think that's what he's looking for. I'm serious. You see how he signed with Rock?
Yeah.
DJ Khaled signed with Rock Nation, and I mean, went straight up. You
I
know?
don't even still understand.
You don't get
His
it.
career just
What
took
does he
off.
do?
He was on a TurboTax commercial.
Well, he
I
gets
mean,
on the
he-
news.
everything.
He has like little phrases. We the best.
Right.
Another one.
Like
Okay, Flavor Flav 2.0.
Major Keys.
What else
Major
do you
Keys.
have?
Major
Like,
Keys is still a thing, and it's been like a year and a half.
That is true.
Yeah.
It needs to die
It's
like
a
sleep.
social-
It's so
Yeah.
it's so pointless.
It's a social media thing. And
Our voting
people-
republic is so stupid.
I know, but it just for me. It didn't do it for me. You know.
None of that does it.
But I could see how he made a brand out of himself, and when you make a brand out of yourself, you're more marketable.
Yeah.
And then
It's garbage.
he's light enough to get the white audience, and
Yep.
then he's hood enough to get the black audience.
true.
It was perfect.
Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna put some fecal matter in a little
Oh.
jar, and I'm gonna put another one and like spray it on myself, and that's gonna be my brand. I'm following DJ Khaled. It's garbage.
You're
It's
gonna
garbage.
Garbage.
Yeah, garbage.
I feel what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
but oddly, I feel like that might sell if it was Khaled selling it.
Probably would.
So true. They would definitely like, oh, this is a new fragrance. Okay.
Right.
It doesn't smell too fresh. No.
You still
It'll grow on you. It's
He said
Khaled.
this is another.
It's called
one.
success.
I'll put this on.
Right, it's
It's
called
called
the keys.
success.
It's called the keys to success,
Yes.
and people will wear that, unfortunately.
Y'all childish. But I'm with it though.
Yes. What's today's date? It is February the
12th.
12th.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're a couple days away from the Day Without Women. How many do you think?
What is this day without women?
So
Explain this
let
to
me
me.
explain to you what a Day Without Women is. I think it's full of shit, but I'm gonna explain. I get a lot of heat for this online, on my social medias, but I can only be me. So, a Day Without Women is a day where basically going off of the momentum of the Women's March on Washington and all across the country.
Yeah.
So, this is another one, the next step, I guess, to the protesting. And basically, these women are going to take a day off from work and everything else. They just stay in the house. And they want to show America.
That's what Donald Trump wants.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's like,
Get
bet.
in the kitchen.
He's
woman.
like, bet while you're at it, make some
Great.
dinner.
Let me tell you, phenomenal, okay?
Right.
Believe me, okay? I would love nothing more than for you to be in the kitchen, okay?
Not at work.
No.
And some women are good people. Let me tell you, okay?
The 5 that I know.
Right.
Cut it out.
The 5 that I know.
No.
Exactly.
He only respects probably a good 5.5 women in his life.
And that's
probably.
if he.
You don't even respect his mama, I bet.
Right.
So what are you talking about?
Let his mom disagree with him. It's a wrap.
It's gonna be a Twitter war.
Right.
She's deleted.
Terrible.
I don't know about a day. Like I get it. I don't know.
They want to say, don't take us for
I'm
granted.
at work.
I think there's like, oh, don't take us for granted. You
I
don't know
get
what
that.
you'll be losing if we don't come to work and we don't participate in civilization, whatever. I think that, white women, with all respect, we gonna let you have that. Black women, we gonna stay. We're gonna go to work.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you
be
why?
fired.
You want me to
be
tell you
fired.
why? Because unemployment in the black community is extremely high. And I posted that on my Instagram. It's extremely high. The rates are over double of what white Americans' unemployment rates are. So do you think that us staying home from work, that'll be acceptable? I just want to know like where that makes sense.
Right.
And be mindful if you stay home. I'm not saying that everybody that stays home is going to get fired, but it doesn't make much sense.
Ronald Reagan did it to the FAA controllers.
Who?
Ronald Reagan.
Did it to-
I think
explain
that's
that.
the
I
correct
don't-
president where they went on strike and he was like, fine. Fired all of you, and that's pretty much it. So you can go ahead.
And history
remember, we
repeats
have
itself.
at-will employment in a lot of places. So it's at will. It's at me as the company's leisure.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to show up to work because you want to protest? Yeah,
Right.
that's cool. I don't need you.
Right.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Right.
Let me go get little Julia from Guatemala. She'll
Right.
do it.
She'll come
Fine,
work.
whatever. She'll come to work. She don't
Yeah,
care.
and it's really
Now you're in unemployment.
it's right, and it's really frustrating because this is black women.
Mm-hmm.
This is not our fights, okay? White women, like I said before, and you should go check out that episode where I break down feminism, and I'll leave it at the bottom because I don't remember the women's right march. I broke that down. That is not our fight. The white feminist movement, they're fighting against their men that have the power to oppress them and control them. Our men don't have the power systematically to do that to us.
I don't want to.
And they don't want to.
Right.
What are we doing? What are we doing? What do you think about that? You said you're going to be at work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I guess my thing is just like we have to, like you said, we have to recognize what we're fighting for because we have a whole different fight. We're not just women, but we're also black women.
We're black
so we're
first.
still fighting for those African American rights. And even though people say it's 2017, get over this, get over that. No. We're literally still fighting the same fight that we were fighting years and years ago.
Yes.
So as a woman, as a black woman, I'm gonna go to work, and while I'm at work, I'm gonna do my work and I'm gonna research what I'm still fighting for. So y'all can stay home from work if y'all want to.
And it's like, why separate the fight? Why separate from black men to fight something?
Exactly.
Like, we should be doing something together.
Exactly.
And we don't need to be protesting from work when we don't create enough jobs for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Once we create enough jobs for ourselves, then we're not.
Mm-hmm.
I live by Claude Anderson's teaching.
He said it's absolutely criminal for us to educate our children and go search for somebody else to have a job as opposed to us creating our own versions.
Absolutely.
As I said, I'm not trying to sit at nobody else's table and make tea. I'll make it myself.
Absolutely.
I get it. It's all good.
And that's why I really promote heavily entrepreneurship, so we can create a market for ourselves. And go watch Boss Goals, that interviews that I do with young entrepreneurs, black entrepreneurs who are doing their things in their fields, who are making things happen, employing other people, so we can create some type of economy for ourselves. But that's a whole nother thing. But it's totally insane. But we're not gonna. I'm gonna claim it. We're not gonna participate in that. Black women, we're not participating in that. We need to be fine. We still don't have basic human rights as black people. And we can't separate ourselves from the black men. That's our foundation.
And it's absolutely essential that we uplift our black men because in a world where they're oppressed, we have to be that backbone.
Yeah.
We have to be. We can't.
I say vice versa.
I mean,
I think
we could.
Women is at the helm.
That is true.
We can be 50-50 in power. That's cool. I understand. But again, you know me. I speak biochemically in science. Okay, so technically speaking, the woman is first because when you are a zygote, you are a woman.
Break that down.
You have two X chromosomes. Because of a mutation, you become a male. Therefore, let's extrapolate. Okay, you must be more important than I. Outside of that, a sperm can't create a baby on its own. But an egg is only dormant. If you trick it into thinking it's fertilized, it will create a baby. So you must be more important. Therefore, I put you at the helm. We can share power because masculine and feminine energy complement each other, but you are still up here. And I respect that. I keep it moving. I ain't got no problem with that.
But you saying, we talked about this earlier, but I want you to clarify a little bit.
Yeah.
We can't handle babies by ourselves.
You can.
So then why aren't lesbians having more babies without
Well, because there's an ethics question. How do you explain to a child born of a woman, only by a woman, that you have no father? That's an ethics question.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, so it's not done. But scientifically speaking, a woman can create a life on her own.
But has that been done?
Scientifically speaking, they've done it to a point of a certain amount of cell divisions, but they haven't carried it to viability because it's an ethics question. Okay. How do you take a baby as a live experiment and do that?
T-shirt that says Resident Encyclopedia.
Yeah, I'm not lying. Like, I really admire that. You know,
Seriously.
I can't maintain all that information. And most people can't.
You could.
I would have to literally quit my job. Like,
yes.
I would have to be a full-time philosopher in order to do that. You know what I mean? Mind you, wait, let me clarify. I don't work for anybody else, but I would literally have to quit doing all my business ventures to do that.
To make it happen. To get lost in the library.
Right. Yeah, literally, I have to live in the library, wake up, go there like a 9 to 5 all day long.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
Yeah, but
segue conversation. How interesting is that to know? Like,
you're not going to sit here and say that it's normal.
It's normal.
It's not.
No.
What's not normal?
It's not. I'm sorry. Not common.
Then investigate these
not normal. I mean common.
Okay, common. Okay,
yes.
I can get down with that.
Because that's one thing we talked about too. It really hurts my heart how black people, because people in general do this, but you know what I care about the most. Black people, know so many stats about football, basketball, soccer, if you're West Indian or whatever. I mean, all the stats, all the old players, everything you can think of. I mean, I've seen men and women about certain things, I guess, about makeup and love and hip hop or something. Yeah. And we can name these names and brands and all that, and we can maintain information, you know.
But you can't tell me where Voyager 1 or 2 is right now.
I damn sure
and
can.
These are bigger questions.
That's something that's a flaw that we have in our community, and I mean in the country, because I'm not saying it's a black person thing, but no, it's that's global. What I'm talking about. It's global. Like we definitely have the mental capacity to understand and memorize all these things, but we don't do it for what we need to in this man.
What's more important? You say what we need to. I say what's more important. I don't care about big burly man A running into big burly man number 2. I don't care if there's science behind it. What I care about is why is it that Voyager 1, don't quote me on it, might be Voyager 2, one of those spacecraft that we launched back in the 70s just reached interstellar space. This is a part of space that we don't have any knowledge of. We don't know what's out there. We don't know what it's going to find, and we just crossed that threshold. Why aren't we throwing more resources at that? Why don't we know more about the universe around us and within us? We don't know about the high known enigma or the base known enigma. We have no idea about what's going on within our own bodies.
Maybe it's not money in that. I don't know. I'm not excusing it, but you know, entertainment's a big business. And I'm not saying, because I know we have a lot of people in the audience who enjoy entertainment. I mean, you are here, you're getting entertainment and information, but there needs to be a balance. There should not be all sports and statistics and shows, and then knowledge that you need to know on a survival basis down here. It should be around here. And that's all we have to work on, you know, but being aware, staying tuned to shows like this. When I bring this guy on, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to read nothing. All you got to do is listen to him.
I tell you.
No, but seriously, his nonprofit organization, shameless plug, lets you know where you can find all this information. And like he always says, if you either if he can't tell you what it is, he can tell you where to find it. Because I started to research the Kandaki Warriors, which are, explain to them.
The Kandaki Warriors were a group of women from back in ancient Kemet that were leaders of their own community. They pretty much were literal warriors. They were generals in the field. But more importantly, not only did they carry on that great legacy of doing all this great work independent of a man, they really didn't. It wasn't about them being in a subjugated state. Why is it that women aren't taught about them at all? They're completely glossed over. Like Farrakhan is not taught about in schools, or like Anthony Browder really isn't taught about in schools. Like it's skipped over. But why? Because we aren't in control of our own narrative. Yeah. So if you don't know about the Kandaki Warriors, I suggest you go look up the Kandaki Warriors.
And you know what? I tried Googling the Kandaki Warriors and nothing came up for me. Maybe I misspelled it, but
it's a hard one. It's a hard one to find. The spelling is pretty standard. It's spelled with a K, but
and I spelled it with a K.
Yeah, you're not gonna find too much on it. You have to know where to look.
Right, and that's why his website comes in handy for that. So yeah, make sure you search his nonprofit organization and get a little bit of enlightenment about yourself, as well as I'll be doing the same thing. But let's shift the conversation a little bit. Everybody knows Valentine's Day is this Tuesday. Today's February 11th, so Tuesday is February 14th. And that's the holiday, the fake holiday where everybody gets together with their boo.
It's not a fake holiday, it's a real holiday.
It's a fake holiday because it's not based off of any real substance of why we should be doing it.
It's based off of something.
It is based off of something.
And this is where
the Romans used to like to beat their women, so that's where that holiday pretty much originated.
I'm gonna have you break that down. Hold on. Let me give a little fluff first, okay? You gotta introduce.
Go ahead.
So I add it in, okay? So, pause. We're gonna do a little fluff first. So everybody's supposed to be with their boo and going out and doing something so cute. So they just to show their significant other once a year that they love them. But you should be doing that if you're in a long-term relationship. You should be doing that once a week or once every 2 weeks anyway. That's why it doesn't mean
government mandated holiday to do it.
But whatever. All it does is crowd the restaurants and all the
consumerism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then but on the other side of it, it makes single people, more particularly women, feel less worthy. They feel it's illogical. Yes, It makes them feel like they aren't good enough and that they're single. We're in the social media era, of course, so they're scrolling up and down, seeing people with their boo and they're not with anybody. So it brings on a intense sadness on this day that means nothing. That
Absolutely
if you
nothing.
were in a real serious good relationship, you wouldn't even be caring about that day. I guess maybe if it's your first one, your first in a relationship, it's a new relationship. So maybe because that's when I cared about it. It was our first one. I mean, I don't care about him.
You probably didn't know any better.
I didn't know any better. And a lot of people don't know any better.
True.
We don't even celebrate Christmas, so we don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
That's what I'm saying.
But Miss Brooke is here. She's doing something a little different for Valentine's Day for the ladies. So Brooke, please tell us what you're doing.
So Valentine's Day, we're having Ladies Night Out, a journey to self-love. So it's for single women. But it's really, well, it's not just for single women. It's for
She's single, y'all.
I am single. Hey. but it's really just to get out of the idea that like Valentine's Day is supposed to just be this big day of love. Like this is the day that my man's supposed to love me. Because I know I used to think that. I used to think like I have to sit at home because I don't have no man. But we're not doing that this Valentine's Day. So Ladies Night Out, it's just a night for us to come out, have some girl chat, eat some good food. We're gonna have a panel discussion. It's 2 single women and 1 engaged woman. And so we're gonna kind of see like how they dealt with Valentine's Day and their time of singleness and how it kind of works for them. But I really just want us to get out of that mindset like on this day I have to be out with somebody or I have to sit at home and be alone. And
or
that's
I don't feel validated.
Exactly. And I don't and that's why I call it a journey to self-love, because if you're gonna live your life thinking that these days and these men are supposed to like be this for you, like that thing for you that just makes you feel good, then you're wrong.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Totally agree. I'm definitely with that. And of course, we're going to leave information to that. Is it too late to sign up?
Absolutely not.
It's not too late to sign up, y'all. So if y'all want something to do, just to really like network and get together with other women, it's more so not just a distraction. I don't take it as a distraction off of what Valentine's Day is supposed to be. It's just like something to do, like a night out. So
Yeah, I'm ready.
Come on now.
I'm so
break
ready.
it down. I have to make myself mentally like a vessel.
Yeah.
So I have to
mental notes. Get your
because
head ready.
now I do understand that it's a fake holiday and that it's pretty pointless. But I have to be able to retain that information instead of reading about it.
Yeah.
My whole thing is I'm very much into knowing.
Wait, first of all, are you single?
Oh my lord. Yes. Yes, I'm single.
Ladies.
The
Ladies.
librarian, resident psychologist.
Y'all say y'all want a smart man.
Okay.
Y'all
Oh
say
my
y'all want a
Lord.
good man. Y'all say y'all want somebody with his own stuff, doing his own thing, a boss.
You better be able to handle knowledge. There's gonna be a whole lot coming
But
your
you
way.
better let that chicken go, girl.
Yeah.
But it's not even that serious. So
Alright, so I've always subscribed to trying to find out how we got to the places that we are. I don't just ever blindly follow anything or anything in that capacity, right? So when I began to question the holy day called Valentine's Day, I was like, all right, well, what is it? Because it seems like a consumerism day where people's validation and value is set by other people in society. I don't like that. As somebody that's battled with self-love in their past before, it's kind of something that you really have to start evaluating from an introspective area, which means that you're looking inward towards yourself to find answers within yourself. So, my historical baseline was, when I found out about Valentine's Day, is that there was a Roman holiday called Lupercalia. Okay, and it's where Roman men used to beat the brakes off their women, and women used to line up for that.
where is Saint Valentine? What we was taught in school.
I know, right? Exactly. Now, I'll tell you where that came from. That's later on, okay? So later on, there was somebody apparently named Valentine that used to marry people against some emperor's wishes or whatever, and when he got caught, he got murdered, and that was February 14th. So they just like reassigned it, right? But the original holiday was basically y'all like getting beat, so you got beat, and it became what is now called Valentine's Day. I'll even give you like a little bit of a just to show you how weird of a segue that is. Diamonds, right? People that don't know about the intrinsic worthlessness of diamonds just want them for an engagement gift. Like they want to wear it and they want to floss it, but they don't realize that it all came from a marketing gimmick. The De Beers mining company in Africa was like, yeah, we're going to tell people that if you love your woman, you have to save her 2 paychecks to buy her an engagement ring. All of a sudden, it's stuck. Now, the vice president of that same company said, yeah, diamonds are intrinsically worthless. I mean, he basically said, yeah, you're buying diamonds because you're stupid and we tricked you. Congratulations.
So,
I can tell you about the image of Santa Claus, how Coca-Cola invented it, how it came out of nowhere. So all these holy days that we celebrate, all these things that we celebrate, all these traditions that we celebrate, they have their real roots back in the past.
Yeah.
But we don't look back there anymore because the past doesn't matter, does it?
it does. And that's the part of what we go through today that is wrong. We don't look at the past and relate it to the present because history does nothing but repeat itself.
So true.
Especially if you, in a negative way, if you don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
But about these diamonds.
Yeah. I didn't know about that.
So, you know, and what would you give your wife?
Not diamonds.
What would you give her?
An experience. Maybe a gold or brass band wrapped in some sort of spirit stone that actually has some symbolic relevance to it based upon ancient societies or how beautiful it looks. I mean, things of that nature, but I'm not going to go out and buy an intrinsically worthless rock that's just made out of carbon and pressure.
Fellas out there, don't you try that unless you do the research that this man
unless you
does.
know. Yeah, unless you know
Okay.
it.
You need to come with that explanation.
Might get cut.
Because I would accept that
Yes.
coming from that. But
You gotta
yeah, you know,
explain.
diamond don't mean nothing. If you can't explain
When
why,
you get down on one knee, I need that whole explanation that you all of it. Just give me all of
And
it.
Look, you can still get down on one knee. You can still take the extravagant vacations, but it's just how about we get away from diamonds? Or at least if you want to, if you still want to buy them, at least now you know where they're coming from.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
That's what I aspire to be. I'm not there right now on my level of consciousness.
Yes.
But I appreciate that.
Like I'm just letting you know. Like now you know that you're paying that exorbitant amount of money for nothing.
Yeah.
You can't eat it. You can't chew it. It just looks pretty in the sunlight. You know that's cool.
Now back to this beating the women. You said they enjoy
Lupercalia.
You said they enjoy getting.
You know, the women used to line up and wait to get beat. So that
Was it like a
wonderful.
a sex thing?
No, that was Saturnalia. Saturnalia is when they got like drunk and happy and had sex with everything and everybody, and that turned into Christmas. But different story for a different day.
So they would like line up and get
To get beat. I don't get it. I don't understand what the incentive was.
Romans were some weird people, man. When in Rome, right? They were some weird people, man.
So they would line up to get beat, you know, given their consent, you know, they weren't being abused or anything, they just would line up.
That's abuse. What you talking about?
I mean,
But
they were
gonna come and
consenting
get
to that.
beat. 'Cause
That's
you
no
didn't have
abuse.
to. You didn't like it was voluntary.
Yeah, girl,
Yeah,
you don't
that's-
like what I do to this black guy. What?
No, that was real.
what
That
you
was
talking
real,
about?
and that's what it came
Yeah.
from first, and then
Yeah, like stories got muddied up.
okay,
And
because I
merged
was
up.
trying to find the
Yeah,
connection.
it's the same way where Easter used to be something else, like Ishtar. Like it's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
Stories just get reassigned to be more popular with whatever dominant society is in control. So somewhere like the history of Valentine's Day is muddy. You really can't find too many facts on it, right?
Yeah.
All you can find out is that it really came from the root of it is Lupercalia.
Okay.
And then from that, you had this weird area of somebody apparently named Valentine that was marrying people against the emperor's wish of the day. Can't remember the emperor's name off the top of my head, but when he got caught, he got murdered on February 14th. Now, Lupercalia, I think Lupercalia was like February 13th through the 15th. So it's like those things is kind of muddy
So it's
together.
Like the weekend of getting
It was kind of muddy together, and then it turned into the modern American way of,
Yeah.
hey, I like you, let me express my like
Yeah.
to you by paying
Yeah.
a lot of money to pamper you because that's what you want, and your
Yeah.
validation is assigned by me, not from yourself.
You know, I think one of the first issues, because it's for money and of course everything like that, but they put it in the schools.
Yeah.
I remember being in elementary school, everybody has to
sweethearts
buy
and
a
candy.
pack of Valentine's Day cards and write them to everybody.
Yeah.
And if you didn't get one, of course, I mean, everybody got one, but it already puts in your mind, if you don't get one, then you're less than, or something is wrong.
So true.
You
It's
know?
Instagram likes.
So true.
Oh, I didn't get enough likes, I don't like it, I'm gonna take it down. Like it's
Right.
validation assigned from other people
Yeah.
as
That's so
opposed from
whack.
yourself.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's our society. That's
And
what
that's why I
we
think
call it.
people really just have to understand that it's just a day. Like,
Yes.
it's nothing that's truly, like, I'm not going to base the way that I love myself and the way that I love somebody else off of a day where I just bring them lots of bread stuff and chocolate.
Ashe.
Like,
Yeah.
that's whack.
Yeah, like,
Like, what? I don't leave for real. If it's only
But
for
how many
24
people?
hours.
How many people struggle with that though? Like
A
for
lot.
me,
So
because
many.
remember, I'm somebody that used to battle with self-love. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys ever did.
Yes,
but,
for sure.
Well, good. That means you
Yeah.
can empathize with it. But
you're
I-
black.
I-
If you're
yeah.
black, chances are you battle with
Yeah.
self-love.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But what I hate how it's like one of the biggest depression and chronic sadness holidays because
Yeah.
it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And it's sad for me that people give it so much value that they shut themselves down and beat up on themselves because they don't think that they're enough.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really start seeking the connection to the guru within inside of yourself.
Absolutely.
And when you get deep enough inside that place, you'll find a beautiful table that your higher self created for you with tea, and you can have a great time. Like that's self-love from the introspective perspective. Like that's now the way that she's doing it is another great way. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. At first, I wasn't too on board with it, but when you explained it more, it gives you much more value. It's not saying, oh, I don't need it, man. It's no, if you're single, okay, that's fine. You know, let's go out and have fun.
And it's all about,
that's cool.
It's all about
as
learning.
long as you're eating vegan food, then I have no problem with that.
Sorry, I'm gonna have a piece of chicken.
We ain't there yet.
We not there yet. We gonna get there with the
as long as
diamonds
you keep
and the
coming
vegan,
here,
but
as long as you keep letting us know things and inspiring us,
yes,
Always. It's never gonna go
then
anywhere.
we gonna get there. But it's stages, y'all. It's
Yeah.
stages.
I know, I'm not perfect. Look,
Tuesday,
I
I'm gonna have
admire.
a piece of chicken, y'all.
Right.
But I think it's really just about learning to be content with who you are.
Yeah.
And society wants to build us up into just this make and model of what they want us to be in everything, not just self-love, not just in the color of your skin, like everything. They want you to look like them, be like them, talk like them, act like them, everything. Like
And they still won't accept you as them.
exactly. And I just want us to get out of that. Like, at what point do we just say, okay, enough is enough? And I think I'm there at that point in my life right now. Like,
I feel like you are too.
yeah, like I don't want to live in that anymore. I don't want to be boxed in. I just
Because it don't feel good. It's not a good
it
look.
doesn't.
The moral of the story is definitely self-love. If you're not in a even if you are in a relationship, generally self-love, self-awareness, and like loving yourself regardless if you have a Valentine or not.
So true.
It's
Don't
dumb.
even call it a Valentine, because remember where that
It's
came
dumb.
from.
A significant other, if you're single, even
Go to
on a
an
regular
animal
day, that threw me off.
Hey, look, man. If you feeling alone, they ain't nothing like a dog or a cat. They
That
gonna
is
love
so
you regardless,
true.
okay?
I'm not an animal person.
You don't have to be. A dog will be a person for you, okay?
Yes.
Like I'm telling you from having a dog for the last 13 years.
Yeah.
That little motherfucker loves hard as hell,
It
okay?
does.
Walk in the
And it
door,
knows
she don't
when you're
care.
sad.
Exactly, and she'll just come and lay with you. I'm like, all right, yeah, come on up
okay.
here. That's cool. You got it.
Yes.
Oh, you took a piss on the carpet? Yeah, fine. All right, I'm not even mad at you. Come on over
Everything.
here. I'm a sucker, so it is what it is.
When it comes to
That's
my
my Valentine's.
Yeah.
If you want to say it like that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just about. That's definitely a good tip if you don't have a pet, and if you do feel lonely. But I would even say before you even get a pet, learn to love being with yourself, because even if you want to be with someone, if you can't stand to be alone, then what makes you? If you can't stand to go with yourself, if you can't stand to date yourself, nobody else will want to date you. You know, it's something about you that you
white
can
people
like.
by myself.
I'm such a loner.
Yeah.
I didn't
Before,
get it.
I really learned to love myself in a different way. Before I became in the relationship that I'm in now, I spent
The great
a lot of
relationship
time.
that you in now, and I'm so proud of you, little young self.
Yes.
Little young self, so
Thank
proud of her. Got
Oh,
a beautiful
great
black
relationship.
baby.
No,
I'm like,
yes.
what?
Yes.
And she younger than I am, make me look bad out here.
No, I just got lucky.
Boss.
I'm not gonna lie.
She
I'm
got
very
lucky.
blessed.
No such thing as luck out here.
Blessed, whatever you call it, favor. I'm not the guru who put myself in an ideal position.
You
I did
did.
this
It's
and did
okay.
that and did that, and that's what I got.
Resident love encyclopedia.
No, no.
Okay.
No, I was very fortunate to have someone that, and it kind of just fell in line. And he was very much everything that I needed, and vice versa. So, but if that doesn't happen for you yet, before I got into that relationship, I really spent a lot of time with myself. You can ask my friends. I go to concerts by myself.
Hey,
I go to the movies,
That's
to
what
dinner,
you do
and
now.
I'm so comfortable with that, and I love myself. So,
But
that
how
just-
hard was
just
that
felt-
initially? Talk on that, because I know that was hard.
Initially,
it
was
feels weird.
rough.
Yeah.
It feels weird initially if it's not naturally in you to be like introverted or whatever. I'm a very outgoing person. It was definitely weird because I was looking around. I'm like, okay, I'm the only one by myself.
Yeah.
But then it's like I don't care. I don't have to worry about nobody's
don't
time.
care.
I like being by myself.
I'm with myself.
I just love
And I love myself.
I'll
Yeah.
still do it. I'll still do it. Like if my man doesn't want to go, I'll go. Like it's not that serious, and
For
I
a lot
love
of
it.
people, it is. Now, you guys watch Black Mirror?
Black what?
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, no. What is that?
There was it's like a British television show, but they explore the darker side of technology. Netflix just picked it up for season 3. You can go watch it on Netflix. But basically, there was an episode where everything in life was valued based upon how many likes you get on this social media app, right? So if you go to an airport, your customer service was based upon how many likes you got. You didn't get invited to parties if you didn't have over a certain amount of likes. My ringtone for it is the damn symbol for it because it constantly reminds me that I have to get away from that. Because remember, you see how many followers I have on Instagram, so I have to, like, I felt myself creeping towards that world. It's like, all right, well, man, a lot of people won't hear what I gotta say. That's cool. That's cool. But then it started to get to you. It's like, man, it's like validation.
Yeah.
So I took 42 days off. And it felt great. Just like the young lady did it. She stopped caring.
Yeah.
She stopped caring. She let everything go. Watch that one. It's from season 3. I don't remember what episode. Black Mirror.
I want to watch it.
Explore the dark side of technology.
Yeah.
On Valentine's Day. Go ahead and do that on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, whether you with somebody or not.
Whether
Like,
you with
I'm
somebody
telling
or
you,
not.
I'm not doing anything special for Valentine's Day. We will do the same thing, the same nice gestures we do every week or once every 2 weeks. So we normally do anyway.
Absolutely.
It may not be on Tuesday. It may be on Thursday.
That's
We
right.
don't really care. You know, it's not a big deal, and it shouldn't be a big deal to you. But the moral story is love yourself,
Yeah.
and if you're in a relationship, like I said, do that. You should be doing nice Valentine's Day gestures
Absolutely.
throughout, the year period. And
Agreed.
it's learn your history. Learn about the history of Valentine's Day. It's a fake holiday. Don't get wrapped up in the BS because it's not that serious. Now, like I said, I cared about it when it was our first one because of ignorance and because of just girliness.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I wish I didn't, but I mean,
I
whatever.
caught off on Instagram, and it was this was a long time ago, maybe years ago now, and I've like followed it ever since. It says, "Do not chase the butterfly. Mend your garden and let the butterflies come to you."
So.
Oh my God. Black love is important. Black relationships, black marriages, and all that. They're so important. Black friendships, yes. Black relationships, period, are so imperative for the black community.
Yeah.
And even when it comes to raising the children, the younger generations, having that black love system in your house is so important. But now is the time that we work on those principles of mending your garden and stuff like that in order to make that foundation. So, because what you do now does affect when you have children and stuff like that. Even though it seems far off, but it's really not.
Yeah. And black, I think, to piggyback off of that, like, black people are forced to be reckoned with. So just imagine what we could do if we could seriously just like come together and just blow this whole place out the water. Like,
yes,
it's crazy.
Why do you think they've been attacking black families since the beginning? Since literally the beginning.
We also let them.
Yes, but the reason they have is because
Yeah.
black family is so much strength and power in black
Oh,
family.
yeah. Did you know that back in Kemet, as a king, you could not rule a kingdom without a woman? You had to have a queen. You couldn't
It
even
makes
step on
sense.
the throne.
It makes sense.
That's
The
what
people
I
balance
said.
each other out.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
The Holy Trinity back in Kemet is the mother, the father, and the child. The perfection is what they call it.
Well,
It's you know what it is. It's got to be there. It's
Yeah.
got to be there. We have to love and respect each other.
So
It's
true.
always been in our culture. Don't let nobody else tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
absolutely. So you guys, we're gonna end on that. This is a very powerful show. I hope
Yeah,
that
love
you
yourself.
enjoyed it.
So true.
Very much love yourself.
Well, wait.
especially this
Can we
time.
end on a Francis Cress Welsing quote? Can we do that?
Sure, please.
Francis Cress Welsing beautifully stated, "I will not stop my fight until black children learn to love themselves as themselves."
Yes.
Take that with you. Take that with you.
Yes.
Love
Take
themselves
that
as
Rest in
As
peace,
themselves.
Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. She was
Yes.
amazing. You can look up some of her videos on YouTube. She's amazing.
Easy to find.
So easy to find.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Sabre Show Live. If you like what you're hearing and what you're seeing, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And
Subscribe.
yes, so Brooke, who you was? Haru.
Cedric Haru Kai,
Cedric
guy,
Haru.
resident encyclopedia, whatever.
Resident Encyclopedia.
Whatever.
And of course,